What's good? What's up? It's Young Issy, baby. We're Evolution. We here. We back with another fucking video and shit. Shout out Ananaye. Got that exclusive Ananaye hoodie. Shout out Joshua. But for this video, I just want to tell y'all real quick that you gotta be a student of the fucking game. Let that shit sink in. Be a student in the motherfucking game, right? So what I mean by that? So earlier I was talking to a good friend of mine. He go by the name of Brycey Bad. And we were just talking about having your own game, and he told me something that actually resonated with me, something that I realized that I learned earlier. Well, it was today. He was just saying you really got to have your own game. And with that being said, so when you learn in the game, you got to figure out your own game through other people's games, kinda. So it's like you got to do trials and errors and everything. Because of my own, I picked up other YouTubers' game and I did it, and I ended up fumbling some really good women. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a fumble because shit, there's too many out there or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of a fumble, and it's just learning your own game because you can find out somebody else's strategy, but that shit may not work for you. Say if you're more of a person that likes to study, and the other person is more like, I can just wing it. You know what I mean? I can study it 2 days before, and then I don't need to know it anymore. But you got to keep studying. But you try to do what the other person did. You trying to do what the other person's game, and now you just fumbled your own self because you know your game is studying from the day until the test starts, and theirs is just I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna wing it. That's just their game. You got to be a student of this game. You got to figure out what is best for you, and whatever the case is. And you know the game can mean more than just relationships. It can be more than just being with a person. It could be more than just any type of strategy. The game is really just in business. It's also in friendships. It's also encounters that you have with coworkers. It's encounters you have with friends. It's encounters that you have with ever, even your family. Really, this whole life is a game, and anything that you do, any type of interaction that you have with anybody, to be honest with you, it's all a game, and it's just how you play it. Are you more of a smooth operator? Are you more of a person that's a thinker? Are you more observant? Or are you more of a person that just like, hey, what's up? What's going on? My name's Isaac. What's going on? How y'all feeling? Oh yeah, Dre's on me. What's up? What's up, Karen over there? How y'all feeling, Corey? You know what I'm saying? Are you more of the charismatic, outgoing, loud person that's gonna come out in the room and do that? Or are you just gonna be the more chill guy that's walking in or whatever the case is, being like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? It really just depends on what is your game. And I advise all people that's watching this to go out somewhere and look at yourself, observe yourself, and find out what is your game, and go back and write the shit down. Damn, actually, give me 1 second. Okay. So a great example, because I'm talking on this hot shit, right? But I literally have a journal that says Isaac Hernandez, tribe of Issachar. Shout out to Issachar, that's my clan. If you know about the 7 tribes of Israel, then hey, shout out to you. But shout out to my sis too, because she gave this to me, and this actually helps me a lot. So something I wrote in this, and this is a big shout out to Mr. Lucario, and I keep forgetting the other guy's name that's with him, but they do like live shows together, and it's really fucking good. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get a little bit off topic real quick, because I used to think that a lot of this shit is about women. Like when I mean, I used to think that game is about women. Game is not about women. Game is about yourselves, and that's a big thing I'm learning about all this shit. And a little example is I just been back to back women. I haven't given myself a chance to breathe. I ain't given myself a chance to find out more about these things. Of course, I know about myself. Of course, I'm finding out things that I like through my own situation and through a woman. But what am I finding out for myself though? That's the real question. That's the real thing I need to look at, basically. You know what I mean? Why am I just keep going from women to women to women to women? I'm not giving myself a break to find out, okay, what do I want to tolerate? What do I like? What is going on? And I've been taking a lot of other people's games and everything. So I wrote down some certain things right here. And as you can see, I wrote down a lot of pages. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 5 pages full of my own game, because I'm asking myself questions. So questions you can ask yourself is, what is your own identity? Another thing is I guess it's a question, but it's more like name characteristics of yourself. So you know yourself more than anyone knows yourself. So write down characteristics. Literally do like 1 through 10, and if you can't do 10, do fucking 5, and just write down, okay, what are some characteristics of yourself? Are you loyal? Are you a great listener? Are you empathetic? Are you a leader? Are you decisive? Are you indecisive? Are you creative? Are you more of a go with the flow person? You know what I mean? Just kind of like just you know yourself. Another thing that you can also write down that I've put down, and these are just I'm giving you guys little pointers and everything because I think this is vital for us to figure out for ourselves. Not even just for the men, but this is for the women. This is for all people and everything. Another thing I ask myself is, what do you value in life? What do you value? You know what I mean? Because another thing I want to bring back to the point is that when you understand and you ask yourself these questions, you really figure out your own game. Because now you're living life on your terms. You're finding out what you like. You finding out what you want to do. You're finding out what you value. If you like to go to fucking fairs and roller coasters and you like to take trips to the fucking Bahamas, then that's your game. Like that is not your game. That is part of your game. And that is something that you can do. And while you do that, you're choosing to do what you like. So whatever comes with that, it will just motherfucking come. And then, you know, you figure out your own game through other questions I'm about to say. Another question I wrote down, and this is something they didn't say, but this is for myself, just for my own learning and everything, is what do you value in dealing with a woman romantically? So what do I value with a woman? If I'm dealing with a woman romantically, what do I value? You know what I mean? So I wrote down some things about what I think I value and what I actually like in dealing with a whole bunch of women, like I said, back to back to back. And I wrote it down, and even if I didn't encounter those, I may put it in there. But let's be real, ain't nobody motherfucking perfect shit. I ain't perfect in this bitch, so I'm not gonna imagine no fucking woman to be this perfect motherfucking thing, because that's fantasy, and we don't live in fantasy. We live in reality. Another thing, by the way, I'm gonna have to scratch out that. But another thing that I wrote down was, what do you value with friends or platonic relationships? That's another thing, because the game isn't, like I said, it's not just about women. It's not about no romantic shit. It's also about how you deal with people daily. It's about the people who's really around you. What do you see in friends, or what do you want in friends, and who are the friends around you, and how do you guys shape each other? You know what I mean? Because who you are is what you basically are. You know what I mean? Surround yourself with what you want to be, basically. Other questions that I ask myself is, are you a follower? Who are you socially? What do you want for yourself? How are you in the public life? Do you wait for life to happen to you? What do you rely on? And see what do you rely on is probably one of my favorite ones, because what do you rely on? So there's this whole thing, and again, shout out to Ms. Lucari, but a lot of things they were saying, actually, in just this whole dating sphere, whatever the fuck they call that shit, it's what the fuck do you rely on when you're talking to a person, when you're trying to date to a person, when you're trying to date a person, when you're trying to get at a person, what do you actually rely on? What is it? Do you rely on your looks? Do you rely on the fact that you got money? Do you rely on the fact that you got swag? Do you rely on the motherfucking fact that you got some status, that you a motherfucking manager at your job, so you rely on that, oh yeah, I'm in this position, Oh, you know what I'm saying? What do you rely on? For example, for myself, I put character. I rely on my character. I rely on my spirit. I rely on my honor. Cause shit, ain't about cars, the boy that's up in it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Sean. But another question I ask myself is, what is valuable about yourself? That's my second longest answer. I said cancer, Jesus Christ. That's my second longest answer. For myself, I put mindset. So what is the most valuable thing about you? If you gotta take some time to think about it, take some time to think about it. But if you take too long, then it's probably not valuable about you. But realize what is the most valuable thing about you, and be honest. Here's the number one motherfucking thing about this shit, though. You gotta be real with yourself. You can't just be on some bullshit. Like, all this shit that I wrote down that I just showed y'all, I kept it 100% real and honest with myself, because every motherfucking day I'm looking at myself for who the hell I am, and I'm learning that's my game too. Like, that's just part of my game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just real. I'm honest. I'm like, I don't like bullshit. That's just part of my game. That's just who I am. That's just what it is. So understand what is valuable about yourself, and you can also write down what do you want to be valuable about yourself, so then you can improve on the things that are not, that you want to improve on it, basically. And the last question that I wrote down is, what are you focusing on? Now that is incredibly important for those to know what you are focusing on in this current moment. And listen, you have to be 100%. If right now your main focus is focusing on getting 2 jobs, write that shit the fuck down. But then when you write that shit down, write why am I doing the 2 jobs? When do I want these 2 jobs? And what is the reason I'm doing these 2 jobs? You know what I'm saying? Like, go in depth, go in full depth detail. I went a full page length into writing down what am I actually focusing on. And what I've been focusing on is becoming the better version of myself, and that's just the first line. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go too much into detail of what I wrote down, but basically that's where I am right now. Because before, if I wrote this shit down 2-3 weeks ago, I would have said I'm focused on fucking all the women in the world. I'm focused on just trying to get the nut off, basically, and everything. Let's just keep it a buck. But then I realized there's more to this shit, and I need to focus on myself and purpose and everything. But I'm gonna keep that for another fucking video and shit. So basically, tell these things for yourself. Keep being an evolving man. Keep being an evolving person. Keep empowering your motherfucking self. And be a student in this game. Taking other people's advices. Taking other people's perspectives. Try these things the fuck out. Because I'm trying these things out. I'm failing at a lot of the shit. But it's not really failing. Like, I'm actually advancing a lot because I'm understanding and I'm peeling off layers that are not me. And I'm understanding who is me, and I'm understanding my own game in this whole life. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. We evolving every single motherfucking day. Choose evolution, choose peace, choose love. It's Young Issy, baby. We're here with another one. I appreciate y'all.